welcome to Hia. I know you all have done incredible things for your loved ones, but what about if you change laws? Well, my guest did just that. I am very excited tonight to have a special guest. She is radio and TV personality that has been featured in most, if not all, the relevant American talk shows on the media today. She's also the daughter of the legendary Casey Kasem. Kerri, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I've been meaning to do that for a long time. We've met in Michigan a few years ago in one of the, American Lebanese Chamber of Commerce events, and here we are tonight.
Yes, it is. It's amazing. I love that. I love that we can connect. And I've met so many people traveling the country. And the Lebanese Chamber of Commerce has been absolutely amazing. I've met so many incredible people there. So I love the organization.
Okay, so firstly, those videos and photos of you streaming all over social media. So, I mean, you are riding on a beautiful horse.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea that those videos would go viral? I mean, they're amazing.
No, I had no idea. I went to Morocco for my birthday and I decided I was gonna, ride because that's what I wanted to do. When I saw the Black Stallion in 1979, I decided that's something I want to do with my life. I saw that movie about 100 times and I grew up riding horses. So I saw this guy on Instagram riding his horse without a bridle, without a saddle. And it was this beautiful beach. And I called him up and I said, if I fly to Morocco, can I ride your horses? And he said, sure. So I flew out there, about with 10 people. And I had the best birthday of my life. It was absolutely incredible.
I bet you did. I mean,
it was like, it was a dream. And I did these videos and I had no idea these would go viral. But the one where I'm really going fast on the horse and I just wave, that has over 500 million views.
That's crazy. That's
crazy. I know.
You must have inspired so many people out there. You inspired me. I mean, I love those videos, and especially that one. I mean, every time you watch this, you have to press replay for some reason. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Sure. I want to ask you about your journey, your career, and, your father, the radio legend Casey Kasem, has created and hosted the American Top 40s for decades. Okay.
Yes.
And he was actually Shaggy on Scooby-Doo, for the people that don't know about that. And he did 350 cartoon voices. I think that's incredible. And for the people that don't know about this is crazy. Anyways, I mean, you have followed your father's footsteps and you became a radio broadcaster. You've worked with so many celebrities, musicians, artists, actors. Tell us about what is the most significant part of your journey?
Wow, I think loving the journey and not waiting to get someplace. Because to me, life is about the journey, right? Not about the end result. Even though sometimes the end result can be amazing, once you get there, it's like, okay, what do I do now? So I love every bit of my life that has taken me to where I am now, to be able to do the things I can do now. And, a lot of it was hard work. But I had fun and I'm proud of myself for working so hard. My dad had a lot of money and people assume he, gave it to us or we had a lot of money, but he taught us work ethic. And I remember as a kid when I'd say, Dad, can we have this? Can we have that? No. If I buy it for you, you won't take care of it. But if you work and you buy it for yourself, you'll take care of it. It will mean something to you. And life lessons like that, you can't put a dollar on it. You can't put a price on it, right? He taught us work ethic. He taught us how to be honest and why we should be honest. And he would give us life lessons that he learned. And he was just the most amazing father.
He was. He was. What are the main struggles that you had to overcome, during your journey?
Wow, main struggles I'd have to say was when you have a father like Casey Kasem and you're trying to do radio, you have to be 10 times better than the person coming in before,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, yes, I worked my way up. Yes, I interned at radio stations. Yes, I went to radio school. I worked for free for years. But when it was my shot on air, it was like, okay, show us what you got. You're Casey Kasem's daughter. You got to be better than everybody.
So it
So,
was more challenging for you.
yeah, and it took a while to get there, but I did it, and I did it on my own volition, and I did it with my talent and my persistence and my hard work ethic. And I'm very proud of myself. My dad was proud of me, and that's how he raised all of his children.
And we're very proud of you. You're amazing for sure.
Thank you.
Radio broadcasting has changed and has evolved tremendously, just like everything else. How do you see the future of radio?
What's amazing is it
Mhm.
started off when we first heard sound in our houses. It was a radio. People would sit around the radio. They couldn't wait, for the different radio shows that my dad was a part of, the Lone Ranger. And just people would get together, sit around this massive radio, and it would be family time. It'd be a time for everybody to get together and hear a story, right?
Yeah.
And then it evolved to television, then the movies, and now we're back to sitting around and listening to podcasts. Podcasts have become the biggest, first of all, moneymaker,
Yeah.
but millions of people are listening to podcasts now in the car, at home. I sit and listen in bed, right? I'm not putting on a TV show sometimes. I'll
Yeah.
listen to a podcast. So it's really evolved, right? Into this, not necessarily radio, but a personal device that you can listen to so many different stories on. And
Yeah.
you're not looking at visuals anymore. Nobody ever thought when podcasting started that it would be this big, and it is. And I love it. I love that it came full circle back around to listening and hearing stories and personal, like what we're doing now, right?
Yes.
It's amazing to me. It's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, and part of it because we're always on the go, and it's easier for us to do that as
that's
well,
right. That's right.
I want to ask you about women. For decades, women have prospered in every field possible. And do you think that women in the media are still underrepresented? And if yes, why?
No, I don't. I don't think they're underrepresented. I think there's more. If you look at the news, you see more women, beautiful women newscasting, giving the weather on, CNN, MBC, Fox, I mean, MSNBC, like, whatever it is.
What about roles?
Women are everywhere, acting as well. So there's going to be people who don't get their fair share, whether it's women or a man, and people complaining, well, we don't make enough money. We don't, especially some of these actresses I've seen, well, we didn't make as much as the lead. Well, you didn't have a good enough agent. Your agent should have pressed you harder, like it did for the guy that got more money. And that's what I feel. And not saying it's all
So
complete.
you think it's a personal thing? It's not about women and men.
I
Say that.
definitely used to be, and definitely there is still some, the equality is getting better and better and better, I have to say. And have I experienced it? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I've worked my butt off. I have a great agent. If somebody wants to pay me less, I say no thanks for the job, right? But
Yeah.
I've also had women say, I haven't experienced that. In Hollywood, I haven't experienced. I've been paid more because I'm a woman on the news. I've been paid more being a woman, in radio. I'm not saying that it's equal everywhere. I'm not. But I do think we have definitely found some kind of level playing ground that people can reach now, when before we weren't able to.
Yes, yes, it's good. I want to go back to your dad, the legendary Casey Kasem. He was on air for decades. urging listeners to keep reaching for the stars and to keep their feet on the ground. I like that a lot. I want to talk about the legal battle with your, stepmother or his second wife, and that prevented, well, for the people that don't know, that she prevented you and your family from seeing him while he was sick with dementia and Parkinson's disease. So that pushed you to do what? To push state lawmakers to pass elder abuse bills. Correct? I want to
Right.
know how many. You succeeded in that, and I salute you for that. You worked so hard, and I think you struggled somehow, to be able to pass this kind of bill.
Right.
How many states so far, that have passed the elder
Right.
abuse?
So with Kasem Cares, my nonprofit, we
Yes.
have done 12 states with 13 bills, and then 9 other states adopted a version of our bill. So we have 21 states in total with 22 bills. We're trying to go federally. We still have, bills in states going through right now.
Mhm, mhm,
And so I'm here meeting with a bunch of governors right now in Palm Beach.
mhm.
And I've had a commitment with 4 governors now, 5 actually, that said that they will help get my bill passed. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, independent, doesn't matter to me. This is a bill about safety, the safety of our parents, the safety of our most vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that can be somebody who's young, that can be somebody who's older, but when you are not able to take care of yourself, you should not be taken advantage of. And that's what's happening in this country, much like Britney Spears,
Yeah.
what happened to her, right?
Mhm,
People don't know
mhm.
what I do until I say, well, it's kind of like Britney Spears. I save people from having everything in their life taken from them. It's such a vulnerable time, right? So that's what I've been doing for 8 years, and I have an amazing team at Kasem Cares, and we're going to keep going until every state has some type of law that protects the vulnerable from predators, that will put somebody in a conservatorship, a guardianship, somebody with power of attorney that stops letting loved ones see their loved ones. And that's been my mission. It's been amazing. We've won several awards, and I
Yeah.
have the best team ever.
So the hope is all the states would pass this bill,
Yes.
hopefully, and soon.
Yes.
You said that if this bill had been in place, your father would have been alive right now.
Yeah, he would have lived for probably a couple more years. But because his abusive wife decided to take him, when I won conservatorship over my dad, but it was too late when I won. Like, she had him, and wasn't taking good care of him, and she moved him to 3 different states. And when I found him,
Mhm.
my conservatorship was no longer good. So I never actually was conservator of him or got to take care of him. What I did do was go to court again when I found him in Washington State and get him to a hospital. But at that point, he had deteriorated so much from all the moving and the medical care, that was none almost. And it was horrendous what she did to him in his last year of life. And I documented that in an Audible show that I produced with a woman named Eliza Rosen.
Mhm.
And we were going to have a massive case on this. This was going to be a big trial, and it didn't go to trial. And I said, well, if it's not going to go to trial, then I'm going to let everybody hear all the depositions and what really went on with my father and all the behind the scenes, because I've told the story enough for 8 years, right? So this
Right.
is
Yeah.
really being told by the doctors, being told by the caretakers, my dad's friends, people who were in the house. And so if you go to Audible, it's an Audible original. They had the courage to put this out there, right? Because my stepmother sues everything and everybody, but since it's the truth and it's in court papers, you can't sue for that.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So you were gonna hear from the people that were the closest to him,
Yes.
right?
And so I put this whole podcast together. We put it
Yeah.
on Audible, and it did really well. So if you want to hear what happened, I mean, this was one of their top shows. We were trending for months. And
Mhm.
it's free if you sign up. Audible's free for a month. So you can go to Audible and you type in Bitter Blood, Kasem versus Kasem, and listen. And I've gotten hundreds of emails and people finding me on my social media and saying, I can't believe this. We heard what
Wow.
happened in the news, but we can't believe that what really went on behind the scenes. So I'm still, we're working on some other things that are coming from that, which have been fantastic. And I'll let you know when it happens. I'll come back on.
Yes,
I'll let you
please.
know. But it's
How
been,
many series is Bitter Blood?
how many? It's 8 episodes. They're like 20 to 30-minute episodes. So you can listen to it in one sitting or 2 sittings.
Okay. I
Yeah.
want to ask you, that's great. I mean, I'm glad you're doing this. You've been doing this for a long time. So how, I want to ask you about the signs that we should look out for. You know, a lot of people don't think about these things, but what are some of the signs that we should look out for so we'll know that our parents are being abused or neglected?
Well, first, it doesn't even have to be a second wife or a second husband, a third wife, third
Mhm.
husband. It can
Yeah.
be your mom or dad. It can be a sibling. It can be a housekeeper. It can be somebody with power of attorney. If they start to isolate mom or dad or an individual, that's the first red flag. Like, you call, you can't get a hold of them. Oh, they're too tired. Oh, they can't come to the phone. Oh, they didn't get your messages. That person starts to talk about how bad everybody is around them, starts to really, the key is watching this person vilify all of the loved ones. Right? All of the loved ones are bad people. You see this all the time with sociopaths, right?
Excuses
And
all the time.
what?
Excuses all the time.
Excuses, all that. That's what starts it, right? You can't get them on the phone, can't communicate. They're being the visits are being watched. You only have a certain amount of time. They're always busy. They're always, which is nonsense. And if you have money, put a private investigator on it. Before you say anything, put a whole private investigator. So if you are in a city where you can tape them on the phone, tape them lying about where they were, everything. If I would have done that, I would have won that case in the first month. But a lot of times, and you can do the PI work yourself, so you don't have to hire somebody. Just to call up and say, oh, is dad there? No, he's gone. Go to the house, start filming.
So how can it be prevented without going to court, without doing all of that?
You have to get in communication with mom or dad,
Okay.
especially if there's, they're with a spouse who doesn't like you,
Yes.
or there's contention there. You have to talk to them, film it. Also, when you are with mom or dad, and you think that this may happen, please have them hold up a newspaper with the date, has to have the day of newspaper, and say, if I become sick or vulnerable, I want my family around me. Name the family members. Also say, if somebody in my care keeps me from my loved ones, they should be removed from my care immediately. So, and have that, you can say what you need to say. I would, have as many family members as there, film the family members, have an attorney there if you can, but if you can't, it's okay. Just get as much as you can on that film, and then you send that film to everybody. So if this does happen, you have some legal recourse. You have something that says, here's what they would have said, here's what they would have done. But better yet, put it in writing in will and estate plans.
Well, this is how they protect themselves in advance in case something like that would happen. I hope a lot of people would do that because, we're all guilty of this. We don't think about many things that are very important. And I think you really brought up a big awareness about this. And we thank you for this. This is so important.
Thank you.
I'm going to take just a quick break and we'll come back with you, Kerri Kasem. Thank you. Welcome back to Hiya. I'm still with Kerri Kasem, the radio and TV personality. Kerri.
Yes.
You were born in California, and your father was born and raised in Detroit to a Lebanese Druze family. Can you tell our viewers about the Lebanese culture? Were you exposed to your Lebanese culture while growing up?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, first of all, the food, right? We
Okay.
always ate Lebanese food, always. That
Okay.
was part of my growing up.
Uh-huh.
Also, going to the American Druze Society. Um,
Uh-huh.
every year they had the conference, right? The ADS
Right. Yes.
conference.
Yes.
And we were there every single year. I made some of my best friends there still to this day. And I have my friend Grisel Halimi, who I met there when we were kids. She ended up living with me for 6 years, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm hold on, my phone is vibrating. I'm gonna take it off of
And we
there
can
real
hear
quick.
that.
No, I apologize.
It's okay.
Here we go. I hope that comes on. So yeah, so I grew up with, being with Druze Lebanese all the time. My dad was a very spiritual man. He
Mm-hmm.
did not believe we were bodies. He believed we were spiritual beings having a human
Okay.
experience,
Mm-hmm.
believed in reincarnation. I believe in all those things, but he allowed us also to just feel out what was right for us. It
Yes.
was never like, you have to do this, you have to believe this, you have to. But I ended up, I mean, he was a vegan. I ended up becoming a vegan. I'm extremely spiritual. And I just, it was nothing was pushed on me, none of
Mhm.
us. But we wanted to follow in our father's footsteps because he was such a good man.
Yes, absolutely. And have you ever been to Lebanon?
Oh yes, 3 times. I
Oh,
love it
already.
there. Love it, love it, love it. My dad's folks are from Muqtara and Ain Kani, so we've
Okay.
been there and all over Beirut, of course. And I love it.
What
Uh,
did you like the most about Lebanon?
oh man, I went with the first time I went with my dad. So
Okay.
it was an amazing experience getting to see where his family grew up,
Okay.
getting to meet family members and just having that with my dad because he had never been to Lebanon before. And then I went with to the American Druze Society one year. We
Yes.
had the best time. It was the food, the culture, the hospitality, just being with everybody was so much fun. And then I went on another trip with journalists, and we had a very nice time as well. Wasn't as fun because all the cousins and the friends weren't there, but I love Lebanon.
That's like, are you planning on going back soon
Oh
or
yeah, yeah.
you
My
are?
sister and her husband built a house there, so they're
Okay.
there like every year, and yeah,
Oh, so you have a reason to visit now because you have another house
yeah. I
there.
mean, they have a house.
That's nice. That's nice. I want to ask you about your beauty. Okay.
Oh yes.
Tell us on how do you take care of your skin? How do you take care of your looks?
Sure. I've been doing anti-aging since I was 27. I'm 49, so I've just been made it my
And,
hobby.
and you are one of the few women that really talk about her age
Oh yeah.
in public. You're so blunt about it and confident about it. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of it. I've lived a great life, and I want to tell women how they can, if they want to look younger, great. If they don't, even better. Like I wish I could age gracefully, but I'm fighting it all the way, and that's okay too. So, but you see a lot of Hollywood where like it's just natural. It's genes. Oh, I did a little bit of Botox. No, 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 no. You've done a lot more than that. And I tell everybody what I've done, from Botox to fillers to threads to lasers to skin tightening machines to creams. I say from creams to machines. I tell everybody what
But
I've
they
done.
really work. They
It
really
does. It works. It works. And nobody ever guesses my age. And if they do, well, whatever. So
work.
I don't have anything on it. I'm proud of who I am. And I think when I wasn't proud of who I was, and when I wasn't where I wanted to be in life, I did have a worry that my age would hold me back. And now I don't. I don't have a worry at all. And especially with older women now, really, being in mainstream, whether they're running companies or they're, being a lead of a movie or a TV show, or doing something in cryptocurrency or whatever.
Yeah,
Like there, it doesn't matter what your age
I
is, right?
think power is beauty. I mean,
Yeah,
for women, when you're powerful, you are more
absolutely,
beautiful. Yeah, it
absolutely.
gives you that confidence, and
Yeah,
when you shine,
yeah.
basically. Yeah. Well, you look great,
Thank you.
especially on the horse, for sure. You have to
Oh,
give
that's
us
that
more of
was the best.
those. You have to give us more of those videos. Really, you
I
look
am.
like you're enjoying yourself, and it's nice. I mean, it's inspiring, as I said. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. I want to thank you today for your time. And I want to ask you my last question, your advice for women out there who are watching us tonight.
Oh, let's see. I have so much advice. It would have to be,
Are you still with us, Kerri? I think she paused. Hello? Yes, I'm still waiting for Kerri. We're about to finish the interview with Kerri Kasem. I think her camera paused and she was about to give us an advice or to give all women a nice advice. Would be nice to have a nice advice from Kerri. Hopefully, she'll get back on. I hope so. I think I asked her that question, Kerri, what was the big challenge to get into the broadcast business? I think she talked about that. If you guys want to watch the interview again, maybe we should go for a commercial and come back. We're still waiting for Kerri. I don't know what happened with her screen. What do you think, Hossein? Should we end the interview or should we wait for her? Okay, I want to thank everyone for watching. Oh, she's back. Okay. Hey, what happened?
Sorry, now I'm on my phone. I don't know. I'm at a hospital.
I thought you were still thinking because your face like froze and your screen froze. So I thought you you were thinking about it,
No,
about the advice. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I would say is get the people out of your life that don't believe in you, that put you down, that say anything negative to you. I don't care if they're family members. I don't care if they're best friends that you've known. Once you do that, once you get the negativity out of your life, everything that you work hard for will start to come to you. Everything that you put out there, and people call it manifesting or thinking about, will happen. And it's the hardest thing to do, but it is the number one most powerful thing you can do as a human being is get the negativity out of your life. You'll stop being negative. You'll start, and if you have a negative thought, change it. Don't voice it. Because if you put it out there, if you speak it, it makes it more powerful.
You bring it to you, basically.
That's right.
Yes.
So that is the number one thing is get the negative people, anybody who doesn't believe in you, and don't take advice from somebody who hasn't done it. Never. If somebody says, oh, you can't do that, you can't. Well, have you? Don't ever take advice from.
Well, you have to train yourself in order for you to do that, and I think it's a great advice, and I follow that all the time. Negativity is so powerful, really. So let's keep the positivity going. I want to thank you so much, Kerri, for sharing your thoughts with us tonight, and I'd like to follow up with you on the visitation bill, on everything that you're doing. Thank you. We'd like to have you back.
You got it. Thank you so much. I so appreciate
it. Thank you. Have a great night. And thank you, viewers. Have a good night. Thank you.